Trade that has stunned fans of the Toronto Raptors. The team has traded away its best player, DeMar DeRozan.
It's off to Leonard, defended by Simmons. Is this the dagger?
Your 2019 NBA champions, the Toronto Raptors.
Breaking news, Kawhi watch appears to be over. Reports that the former Raptors player, a playoff MVP, has signed with the Los Angeles Clippers. The city of Toronto made its best effort to try and coax the superstar to stay, but he was drawn back to his hometown of LA.
In July 2019, just weeks after leading the Toronto Raptors to their first ever NBA championship, Kawhi Leonard made a decision that shocked the basketball world. Instead of re-signing with a team that had built itself around him, a team that delivered immediate success, he left for the Los Angeles Clippers. 5 years later, the question still echoes. Why did Kawhi Leonard leave Toronto? And more importantly, what could have happened if he stayed? This wasn't just a player changing teams. It may have been the moment a potential dynasty was lost. To understand Kawhi's decision, we need to look at what motivated it. First, the pull of home. Kawhi is from Southern California, and it's been widely reported that he always intended to return to LA. The Raptors gave him one season, an incredible one. But there was never a strong indication that he saw Toronto as a long-term home. Second, control. By signing with the Clippers, Kawhi was able to choose his co-star, Paul George, and help shape the organization's future. He wanted a team built around his timeline, not one he had to adapt to. The Clippers offered that autonomy. And third, there's the issue of load management and long-term health. The Raptors were cautious with his body, but Toronto still plays 41 games in freezing cold. The Clippers promised him a permanent base closer to his medical team, training staff, and personal comfort zone. But understanding the decision doesn't mean agreeing with it. The Raptors weren't just a championship team in 2019. They were a well-run, deep, and adaptable organization. They had a Hall of Fame caliber executive in Masai Ujiri. They had a sharp, flexible coach in Nick Nurse. They had a strong supporting cast. Kyle Lowry's leadership, Pascal Siakam's breakout season, Fred VanVleet's rise, Marc Gasol's defense, Serge Ibaka's toughness. This wasn't a team that caught lightning in a bottle. It was a team that beat the Dynasty Warriors. Yes, they were injured, but still dangerous, and did it with poise, defense, and unity. And they were built to repeat. The Raptors weren't aging out. If Kawhi had re-signed, even on a 2+1 deal, the core could have made another finals run. With KD gone and Klay recovering, the East was open. Giannis hadn't reached his playoff peak. The Celtics were still inconsistent. The Sixers were disjointed. Toronto had a clear window. So what happened after Kawhi left? The Raptors still went 53-19 in the pandemic-shortened 2020 season. That was the second-best record in the league. They pushed the Celtics to 7 games in the bubble without a superstar. They were still elite, but the ceiling was gone. Kawhi was the difference between great team and championship team. Without him, they lacked the closer, the alpha scorer, the finals MVP caliber engine. Meanwhile, the Clippers, Kawhi's chosen destination, never lived up to expectations. In 2020, they collapsed against Denver in the second round. In 2021, Kawhi got hurt in the playoffs again, missing the conference finals. In 2022, he missed the entire season. In 2023 and 2024, the Clippers remained inconsistent, often held back by health, chemistry issues, and a lack of identity. Now, let's talk about the what if. Imagine Kawhi signs a 2-year deal with a player option in Toronto. The 2019-2020 Raptors run it back, possibly with minor upgrades. They cruise through the East again. Miami ended up making the finals that year, but Toronto would have matched up very well with them. In the finals, it's Toronto versus the Lakers, Kawhi versus LeBron. That's not just a ratings dream, it's a real basketball war. Even if they lose that series, Kawhi is back in the finals. His legacy grows. Toronto becomes a free agent destination. Siakam and Van Vliet evolve into even better players with the spotlight. The Raptors stay relevant for years, maybe even pull off another title before the 2020s end. Instead, that window closed the moment Kawhi walked. So was it a mistake? Objectively, yes. Kawhi chose uncertainty over a proven situation. He traded a city that loved him, a team that fit him perfectly, and a system built for winning for a franchise that's still searching for its identity. Toronto gave him everything: patience, control, and a championship roster. And had he stayed, he might already be a 2-time Finals MVP, a Toronto legend, and the face of a new NBA dynasty. Instead, we're left with a legacy interrupted. One great season, one incredible shot, one parade, and one decision that might have cost Kawhi Leonard more rings than he'll ever admit.